hammered nickel. I laughed out loud from your post because I used to be that 12-year-old obsessed soccer player. So there's a tool, it's called a kick trainer. It's about $26, and here I have one right here. It's a ball and a rope, and you can make one yourself with a size 1 ball, a piece of rope, and some duct tape, or you could get one from Amazon. It's $26, I think, the cheapest version. And the key is to buy it and use it yourself. You want to set it to your son's height and use it yourself, because then this is going to teach your son through the monkey see, monkey do technique, right? Because if you use it, he's gonna value this tool. If you give it to him, he might not value it in the same way, and it might just sit in his room and collect dust. But if you buy it and use it, it's almost like when kids, when brothers and sisters, when they start using a game, the brother or sister always wants to use it. You know, it's like they try it, and if one of the kids starts to use something, then all the rest will try and use it because one's using it. So you have to you gotta take the lead first. So you buy this thing, you set it to his height. It should be the length approximately a little bit shorter than his hip bone to his ankle bone, because if it's too long, if it's longer than his hip bone, his ankle bone, then it won't work as effectively. And why this tool is so effective is because you could cram months of training into days or weeks. And since it's lightweight, portable, and cheap, you could bring it everywhere. You could bring it everywhere he goes and just get thousands and thousands and thousands of touches. AC Milan, Ajax, Sevilla, all these clubs from all around the world encourage their youth players to use kick trainers. Wesley Sneijder talks about using one growing up. There's a lot of teams in Japan using them for youth training. And why it's so effective is because it improves your balance, timing, rhythm, coordination, first touch, ball striking in a very low impact and joyful way, right? If you hit the ball, it still comes back immediately, so it gives you rapid feedback so that you can self-correct and rapidly improve your striking technique. So this is perfect for him. If he could, before practices, before tournaments, before games, he could just be getting a lot of touches on the sideline or even before team warm-up. The next thing I would suggest is just getting him a size 1 ball, because if you get him a size 1 ball and he could bring this ball everywhere he goes, working on his dribbling and juggling perpetually. I call this a soccer vacation, right? The more touches he gets, the more mistakes he'll make. The more mistakes he'll make, the more learning. So you know, this is something that you could actually bring with you everywhere you go, so that both of you could start to, right? Because if you start to turn into his training partner, you guys are going to have a lot of fun together. It's going to, you know, increase the joy that you create. It's going to spark joy between the both of you for the rest of the time that he's playing in youth games and tournaments. And a lot of parents will say, oh, well, you know, I'm not that good, or I have a sore back, or a sore this, or, you know, I'm gonna limit his ability to grow. But it's actually what they're really saying is that that's the excuse for them to grow their own. They're scared because they don't want to look silly in front of their kids because they're not that good at juggling. So it's actually a fear of failure that leads them to not spend 60 seconds a day juggling because they're not that good, and maybe their son or daughter is actually pretty good. So they're scared of looking. They don't want to be embarrassed by their own kids because their abilities aren't advanced. But what they don't appreciate is that with 60 seconds a day juggling a hacky sack, a balloon, a size 1 ball, or balls of any size, that they could start to become a training partner and just really spiral each other up. Right? My parents brought me all over the world, and neither of them, and they were both very athletic, and neither of them spent 60 seconds a day juggling, which could have allowed both or all three of us to really have more fun together. Not that we didn't, but it's just something so effortless, right? How hard is it to bring a tennis ball with you everywhere you go when you guys go traveling for tournaments or games to all these different places throughout the states or whatever country you guys are in, and it'll just it'll just create a lot of joy. So that's my rant. So let's recap. Can I invest in a kick trainer for my kid? Use it so that he uses it. Can I invest in a size 1 ball and use it and bring it with me everywhere I go, so that in turn then he'll start to bring it everywhere he goes? And let's see, is there a good third one I could suggest? What do I wish I knew? If you take this test, if you take a deep breath and go, and if your shoulders go up into the air when you take a deep breath, then you might want to check out this video called How to Breathe by Dr. Vranich, V-R-A-N-I-C-H. It's a TED Talk. And why this is so effective is because if you learn how to breathe effectively, right, belly breathing is going to help you. The belly breathing technique is going to help you effortlessly improve your own endurance and stamina. And if you can do this, then you're going to be able to teach this to your kid. And this is very important for soccer players because, right, think about how many breaths you take in a soccer game. If your breathing is inefficient, that's gonna lower your ability. It's gonna impact your endurance and stamina. So this is such a simple skill that it really has huge impact to your game and to your life. So if you can only take one thing away from this video, learning how to breathe is really going to change your life for you and then for your son, because then you could teach him how to breathe. The next thing I'll suggest for you, again, it's right. I'm talking to you particularly so that you can. So the pattern. The pattern is learn then teach for you. You want to learn how to use an RMT rope, and then the reason why an RMT rope is so powerful is because it's just a piece of rope that you learn how to swing in rhythmic patterns, and as you swing it, it helps improve your body's ability to understand where it is in time and space. If you ever notice someone on the soccer field, certain players who are uncoordinated, who are not agile, who have poor movement, right? This is something that can really help improve movement. And since soccer players are humans first, soccer players second, this can really improve soccer players' ability to be more effective on the field, since they can move more efficiently, more effectively. Right? So search RMT rope David Weck. That's question 4. Can I learn how to use an RMT rope? So hopefully some of these ideas help. And you can make this yourself at your local hardware store. For $10, you get a soft piece of rope, and you buy it. You want to buy this rope for your son's height. So let's say your son right now is 5'5". Then you want to get a rope that's 5'5", maybe 6 feet tall, so that you could tie some knots in the end. This is going to reduce the length of the RMT rope, so it's going to be perfect for him. Or maybe get one that's 5 feet and then half a foot, so 5 feet 6 inches. It's going to be perfect height for him. And then as you swing it, then he's going to learn that it's important because he sees you doing it. So hopefully some of these ideas help. Reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.